All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live stream tonight. It is approximately 7:05 p.m. right here on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey. And tonight we have some things to talk about. So just going to get a couple people to join and we'll get started. Mainly, this live stream is to explain my visit to American Dream Meadowlands yesterday. So as soon as I am get some people on, I will start talking about it. Okay, let's start anyway. My visit. Hello, Mohammed Sonic Boom. How are you? I'm doing good, by the way. So, um, the avenue at American Dream Meadowlands is very, very beautiful. It is worth a trip and definitely worth the experience. So, there were only about six stores open when I went yesterday. Those were Saks Fifth Avenue, Hermes, and a few others, but I know Saks Fifth Avenue, Hermes were the only two with elevators. However, Saks Fifth Avenue was the only store with an elevator that the elevator was accessible, as Hermes was operating by appointment only. So yeah, Saks Fifth Avenue is two floors with a ground level for the parking garage entrance and has a Kone EcoDisc elevator. I might be able to get a GoPro Hero 10 tomorrow because I can film over 5K. Oh, nice, nice. So yeah, and that's that. Also, I do. And then there's a mall elevator. The avenue is only two floors as opposed to three floors, by the way. So the mall elevators only serve floors G1 and 2, G being the garage level and 1 and 2 being the mall levels. And also a couple other things worth the visit at American Dream are the Oreo Cafe on the third floor of its sugar. And what else? Um, yeah, the Oreo Cafe and then Nickelodeon Universe and DreamWorks Water Park if you have the money for it, as they charge a lot of money to get into those two places. So yeah. Hi Dylan G. Jesus, how are you? So yeah. And now another thing I wanted to talk about was Sears. So let me get the Sears map up. Just give me a second. I'm pulling up the Sears map. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Share my entire screen. There we go. So here are the non-liquidating Sears and Kmart stores as of today. So starting with Kmart's, we have the Kmart in Guam, the Kmart in Grass Valley, California, the Kmart in Key West, Florida, the Kmart in Miami, Florida, the Kmart in Marshall, Michigan, the Kmart in Hamilton, Montana, the Kmart in Avenel, New Jersey, which is the only Kmart to operate 7 days a week, as the other one in Westwood, New Jersey, only can operate 6 days a week due to the Bergen County Blue laws. The Kmart in Bridgehampton, New York, two Kmart's in the Bronx, New York, Kmart in White Plains, New York, Kmart in Hato Pre, PR, Puerto Rico, and Kmart in St. Croix, Virgin Islands, two locations, and Kmart and two Kmart's in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. Now let's go to the Sears stores. Sears at the Francis Scott Key Mall in Frederick, Maryland. Sears in Burbank, California. Sears in Concord, California. Sears in Stockton, California. Sears in Witter, California. Sears in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Sears at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. Sears at the Palm Beach Gardens Mall in Palm Beach, Florida. In Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. The Sears at the South Shore Plaza in Braintree, Michigan. The Sears at the Newport Center Mall in Jersey City, New Jersey. The Sears at the Westfield Sunrise in Massapequa, New York. The Sears in Newburgh, New York at the Newburgh Mall. Sears in Greensboro, North Carolina. Sears at the Willow Grove Park Mall in Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. Sears in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The Sears in El Paso, Texas. The Sears in Tukwila, Washington. The Sears in Union Gap, Washington. And the Sears in Miami, Florida. So those are the 15 Kmarts and 19 Sears stores still in operation that aren't liquidating. So yeah. So I see the end of Sears probably coming sometime in 2022. Probably after this store liquidates, it's going to be another month. Then they'll release another store. Again, I don't know if Newport Center in my state is going to make it all the way to the end, as what do you call it? Chris Cronin said yesterday that I don't know if that one is going to, but it seems that it's made it this far. There's a chance, but I don't know. Also, another surprising shock on the list was the Sears at the Woodfield Mall in Schaumburg, Illinois. Is the closest to Sears headquarters? That one was big shock. I thought that one was going to make it to the end, but I guess not, because literally all what Eddie Lampert wants is money. Literally all he wants is money, and he's doing all what he can. He's putting millions of people out of a job over the last 10 years. This is how bad this is. So yeah, so wherever he can, once he liquidates the property, he gets the money from the property and he goes, I get the money. That's what I want, and I'm going to close that store and I'm going to put thousands of people out of a job. It's going to happen. So yeah, and what else? And so yeah, there was about 6 of them, and then the one in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, was also a shock. I have money soon, so I can get more card sleeves. Maybe I'll get a GoPro Hero. Oh, okay. I think you told me that earlier. But Mohammed, there's only one Sears left in your state. Yes, Sears in Brooklyn is closing. That one has a Kmart department, but I don't have plans to visit the Sears in Brooklyn because A, it's in a sketchy area, and B, it's just not worth the trip to go on New Jersey Transit in the city and then take the subway, take the 2 train from Penn Station all the way to whatever the stop is, Church Avenue, maybe it might be, and then get out and risk those blocks. Because I don't know that area of Brooklyn very well. Because you never know, New York's these cities, you never know what could happen now. If I knew the area and knew that everything was normal, I knew everything was safe there, then yes, I'd maybe try to make a trip there, but it's not gonna, I don't think it's worth it, especially with what's going on right now in major cities. Aw, I don't know those 2 malls, but I bet you do miss filming those elevators. Were they near you? Because also another one I'm sort of watching is Willow Grove Park. I don't know if that one's gonna make it to the end either. But, Sears and Kmart, it's just the end of it. That we're literally down to, okay, how much longer can Sears and Kmart last? I feel like the next closing list should just be the remaining 34 stores. Just close them up because I don't think it's sustainable. All right, guys, I'm back. So, a Sears store, but literally, like some of the Sears properties are just not are getting redeveloped, but others are not. And I've watched the Sears. I actually drove past yesterday. The Sears on Route 1, the former Sears on Route 1 in New Brunswick, New Jersey, is just sitting there and rotting. They should just blow up that store. Yeah, that's the Sears in New Brunswick was disgusting. It's not just it just wasn't sustainable. So yeah, but it is what it is. It's a retail industry, but there is a court hearing scheduled for September 27th, at 10 a.m. about Sears. But we're going to see how that goes. But I don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, at this point, it's unknown. Should they close them or should they keep some of them open? Because with a business of 34 stores, I don't know how you're going to do. Because you're literally now under, well, Lord and Taylor had 38 stores when they liquidated. And they just said they couldn't do it with 14 stores. So I think we're getting there. Saks Fifth Avenue. Yes, I did talk about that Saks Fifth Avenue opening at American Dream. Yeah, that's a pretty nice store. Yeah. It has a Kone elevator. But the what do you call it? The I don't know what the Hermes elevator is because it's currently under only appointment only. But hopefully tomorrow they'll not be anymore. But I don't have plans to film any elevators until the weekend of October 1st, as I'm going to Washington, D.C. then. So yeah, I'm going to visit the Ballston Common Mall in Arlington, Virginia. And what else? The Westfield Wheaton. It's also something that I want to visit along with some Metro content. So be on the lookout for that in October. But yeah, the American Dream was pretty fun. It's definitely worth a visit if you're in the area, guys. Just keep in mind that none of the retail is open on Sundays due to the Bergen County blue laws. So yeah. I would be able to visit Rehoboth Beach or Ocean City anytime soon, I bet. Yeah, Rehoboth Beach was nice. I went there last year because, the pandemic gave me very limited choices to go on vacation. And I really liked Rehoboth. Thought it was really nice there. But Ocean City I didn't really like very much. It was sort of trashy there. But Rehoboth was really nice. Saw the video in non-liquidating Sears. Yeah, I pretty much did the same video, but my version of it on this live stream. But yeah. But I'm going to wish luck to the thousands of people going out of the job in November of 2021 from Sears. Hey guys, in the chat, are those on? Can you can you guess what Sears is going to close next? If you think one of the Sears is closing next, you can put in the comments of which one you think is going to go next. Ocean City. I agree. They had some elevators modernized in Ocean City. I didn't really get to go to much elevators in Ocean City as I went to the Jolly Roger on the pier when I was there. And I stayed at the what do you call it, at the Residence Inn, and that's it. I didn't really do much there because it was crowded in the middle of a pandemic, and there were no vaccines. But I did visit, but Rehoboth Beach, I got to a lot of stuff because it wasn't too crowded there. I think the Newport Center Sears could go next. Yeah, that's my guess because actually in the Newport Center Sears, there are like holes in the ceiling, and it's a very poorly maintained store. So yeah. But yeah, but if Sears closes at Newport, it's only the first anchor tenant they're losing, so it's not that bad until you lose two anchor tenants and then stuff starts to really pull out in the mall. But yeah, but Freehold is hanging on a thread. That could start hanging on a thread soon. I've not yet gotten to Freehold in 2021. I'm hoping to go in October and November, but Freehold, I'm going to see how it is because now with Lord and Taylor and Nordstrom closed and Sears on the bottom level closed, I don't know how it's going to do now. I think if JCPenney releases another list of stores, let's see on what the malls do on the inside of the stores. See how it does. Because how I'd say is close JCPenney or Macy's if stuff inside the mall is starting to close. But also, I think the reason that Nordstrom closed is that, yeah, they could do better business at Menlo Park. But I actually sort of disagreed with that because the Menlo Park store, I think, is sort of an underperforming store. They could have closed Menlo Park, but also that would have done something to Menlo Park that would have probably taken 50% of the anchor space out of that mall, and Menlo Park would have been the dying mall. So which one would you rather keep? Menlo Park, which is sort of luxurious and at least, or Freeholds, which is a more downscale mall? Hold on. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. So Christiana Mall used to have a Lord and Taylor and at Strawbridge's until 2006. Actually, the Strawbridge's was actually replaced with what do you call it? With a Nordstrom. So yeah, that's the only full line Nordstrom store in the state of Delaware. But I don't know why Lord and Taylor pulled out, but I believe they replaced it with Barnes and Noble. But yeah. Well, guys, I'm gonna have to stop here because it is dinner time for me. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I hope that I can get on and talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.